Welcome to Blind City. I had to lose my sight to find my vision.
Are you blind? Are you blind? Open your eyes. They lying every time, so I don't trust men, only trust God. I had to lose my sight before I could see the light.
Welcome to Blind City. See, Blind City is a condition. Crime, racism, and poverty. We have to put the word neighbor back into hood. I had over 31 surgeries and lost my sight and fight to glaucoma. I tried killing myself 3 times in one day, and I was unsuccessful. And then I heard a voice tell me, use your weakness as a strength to inspire and create awareness through Blind City, the podcast. I will address the issues that are plaguing our society, like poor education, that are turning our broken neighborhoods into the breeding grounds for prisons, bootleg preachers, crooked politicians that have my people dancing like strippers in the community. Let's talk about it, or we can flip tables like Jesus. Welcome to Blind City. This is Blind City, the podcast. I'm your host, Langford Cunningham. We are the therapy for these streets. And like I said before, the most dangerous man in the world is a blind man with a handgun. Welcome to blindcitythepodcast.com. I had to lose my sight to find my vision. And we have a special guest that just rolled up to the city from Hot 104.1. She's the princess of the city. She has the #1 show in the city. Roll out the red carpet. Blow the trumpets for Princess Storm.
What up, though?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm blessed and blind, using my disability as a strength. So let's talk about it. How did you get started in the industry, and how did you get to the position of being #1 on the radio?
Well, one, I want to thank everybody from St. Louis and all the surrounding areas that listen to me for making sure Ladies Night Radio is always #1. I greatly appreciate it. Without them, this wouldn't even be possible. So I always start off with saying that. But I got an internship at Hot 104.1, and I graduated from UMSL, the University of Missouri St. Louis, and I have a bachelor in media and fine arts and communication. So yeah, I just fell in love with radio. I didn't know I wanted to be a radio personality, but just being an intern, getting your feet wet. And yes, I work for free because not interns get paid. So I worked for free for 6 months and, just learned a lot of things, met a lot of cool people, and I was offered a job. And I've been there for 10 years now.
So you paid your dues.
Yeah. Got my feet wet, did the dirty work, get coffee for people that don't drink coffee, stuff like that. But yeah, we made it work.
So when did you get your break on the radio?
I used to just run the boards and do things like that. And then it was a slot that came open where nights needed kind of a person like to fill in. And women, in a sense, don't do nights. That's kind of like what is told in radio. So to be a woman to own nights was something that was very challenging because a lot of people didn't want that to happen. So I had to prove a lot of people wrong. But yeah, so at the time, I feel like women empowerment and just uplifting women was just like the vibe and the move at the moment. And Boogie D, who was a program director at the time, put me on nights, linked me with Cinnamon and DJ Cinnamon, and we started Ladies Night Radio.
I remember DJ Cinnamon.
Yeah. Shout out to Cian.
And how long did she do the show with you?
We were on for like 3 years, maybe 3-4 years. Sorry if I'm wrong, Cian. But yeah, we did Ladies Night Radio for a long time. And me and Cinnamon just had like good energy, just good vibe. We used to always just have like a party on the radio. We used to like feature a lady every other week. With like playing her music and giving out tickets and just having people call in, just like girl talk radio. So it was dope.
And why did you feel that there should be a ladies' night radio?
I feel like women voices just needed to be heard at nights on air, You kind of get women in the daytime, you get women when you're at work, driving. But at that time, I felt like, it was just needed, It was just a lane for women.
So how do you use your platform to inspire these women? Now you have a lot of women that probably looking up to you, listen to your show every night. It kind of puts you in a position now like you're a role model. But even though we have people in the entertainment business, they say, don't call me no role model.
Yeah. I definitely say don't call me a role model, okay? Because look, I mean, I'm not perfect. I do, mess up. I have made mistakes and things like that. I got put out of school before. It was just a bunch of, challenging. But I mean, I overcame all that, and I really focused on what I wanted to do. I definitely say you can look up to me. You can ask me questions. We could become friends, homegirls, and stuff like that. But I'm not no role model because I'm not perfect, okay? My mama still be yelling at me for stuff I don't do and everything like that. But I just really felt like I found my purpose after I had my son, because just being a mother just like really made me realize who I was and what my purpose was and why I do everything I do.
That was motivation.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, because it was cool at first just waking up, partying, kicking it. I could do what I want to do. But now I feel like we got like deadlines and things we got to meet. And I got a purpose and a reason why I got to do stuff. So if it ain't bringing in no money or I ain't got to be there, I got to go be with the baby. So yeah.
That's great. So you say you're not a role model, but I see you taking role model leads in the community, though.
I believe in giving back.
Okay.
I believe in supporting people. Of course, I believe in helping. If I see somebody that kind of put me like, dang, I remember you when I was younger, I could see myself being this type of person. Like I got interns, I got mentees, things like that. But I don't want you to necessarily look at everything I do and be like, oh, I want to be like this person, or, oh, Storm, like, teach me the way, because I'm still figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I love giving back to the community. My grandmother gave back. She cooked dinners and, did like the block parties and the little school, little events and stuff like that. And my mom, she gives back to her community. So I feel like, yeah, I got to do my part. But I also am not perfect. Like I still turn up, I still hang out, you know what I mean? And I don't want people just to look at all the things I do and then they get disappointed, putting me on such like a high pedestal.
Well, you're right. But that comes with the game, because it's not on us as entertainers to tell people how to perceive us.
Yeah.
Some people are in different situations in life and they might look up to what you do and what I do. Mm-hmm. And you're right. I'm not perfect either. Everybody don't agree with my opinions either.
Yeah.
But that's what makes us different. We're individuals.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you making a change in the community. You're doing things that I have never witnessed on the radio. I've seen people go out into the community and talk about what they're going to do. They may show up at events.
Yeah.
But I actually see you out there taking the lead with your drives speaking of the drive, let's talk about the last drive you had.
I just had a diaper drive. I partner with
drive.
Yeah,
right.
I partner with St. Louis Diaper Bank and Sam's Club and High 104.1, and we collected diapers for single parents or single house homes, or even people that got both people in a house. Diapers are expensive. They're like $40 a case with 37 diapers in it. That's not even a lot. So we raise diapers for people in need, and I just felt like it was something that I needed to do to give back. When COVID hit, I kind of slowed down with doing a lot of community events, and I really just focused on being a mom and being there for my family, and just scale back because I was so much on the go. But I was like, okay, let me start like turning the wheel and getting back to the things I like to do. I do a women empowerment event in March. It's called St. Louis Women United, where I bring just women from all walks of life into a room and talk to each other and network. And I feel like when I came to St. Louis personally, when I really started doing stuff in St. Louis, a lot of women or a lot of people just really helped me. And these people didn't know me. And you're from St. Louis, so people be like, yeah, St. Louis is a hating city. St. Louis is a hating city. I never, ever spoke that, said that, or felt like that, right? Because I had a lot of people that didn't know me, and they really, really looked out for me, or like they gave me good advice. They linked me with good people, and you don't hear people saying that all the time, And even in radio, I had good people that mentored me and that showed me the way and kind of trained me and coached me through things. So I felt like that women's empowerment event, like I'm a woman, my mom's a Black woman, and she really go out there and help people, and I help people. So I'm like, let me set this little situation up or this event for other women out there who might not have a circle or a bond or a foundation. So that's how the women's empowerment event got started. And I put like 6 women on a panel, like a singer, a lawyer, a doctor, a fashion designer, and everybody came. And you had a little girl in the crowd who probably was interested in sewing, but she can't buy a sewing machine. So now this fashion designer can teach her. Or you got somebody out there that's interested in law, but they're not sure what college they should go to or what credits they need. Now this lawyer can talk to them. Things like that happen. It's been going on for about 6-7 years now. So it's just a bunch of events that I do. I can go on for days with stuff, but yeah, I just try to give back and do.
No, I'm really impressed, and I support what you do in the community. Yeah. Like I said, I know me and you disagree on a lot when it comes to the music. Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, because I see you putting work in.
I try,
and I just wish some of the entertainers and rappers out of every community can pay attention and see what you're doing and anybody else doing for the community and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I can try to do a fundraiser where we really need help at in our community. And I think we can make it a better place because anything's possible. Yeah. But, people are young. They got to grow. They got to evolve.
Yeah. I don't think people highlight the stuff they do, though. I feel like, quote unquote, media and bloggers and like the blog sites, they don't want to put out, the baby just passed out 900 bikes of people in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? A little baby that went out and bought everybody in his old hood laptops and computers. Like, he did it. They ain't posted it. The kids posted it, retagged it, tagged the Shade Room, tag Baller Alert, tag all these places, but they don't highlight those things. Baller Alert does, but you know what I mean? No, everybody doesn't. They want to talk about the negative. They want to talk about you getting locked up or you going to jail. That right there is not where the light is being shined at. And I feel like that's kind of a curse and a blessing. You know what I mean? You do good, but they don't talk about it. They want to only mention the things that you say. So I think it kind of just depends,
You're right about that. We'll be right back after these messages. We're with Princess Storm. And she's bringing a storm inside the city. Blind City, the podcast.com.
He asked me, he said, what's wrong? What's wrong? I was like, what do you mean wrong? I said, I just found my daughter and my grandbaby up here dead. You don't know if you passing a young man that'll say, yes, ma'am. Or I don't know if I'm passing a young man that'll do something to me. And these are the fears that I had way before this happened to my daughter. You have to watch your back. And it's just so many of them on the street.
Well, at least your suspect was caught, because I'm tired of the news when I hear it. No suspect, no suspect, no suspect. I didn't heard that all year. But you got to have a balance in that music. You just can't twerk all day long and people dying out here in these streets. They twerking, baby. They twerking and shooting. Twerking and shooting. Twerking and shooting. What are we going to do about it?
Please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City, the podcast.
BlindCityThePodcast.com. BlindCityThePodcast.com. We got Princess Storm inside the city. I feel the clouds coming inside the city. Princess Storm, you and I debate a lot on the music and what the community may need from other resources with these entertainers taking responsibility. But let me ask you this, Princess Storm. Mm-hmm. Do you think a lot of the young people are struggling with PTSD with all this violence in the community?
I do. I really do. I mean, mental illness and mental health is real. I feel like PTSD is real. We go to the doctor to get checked on, to making sure that we're healthy. We're eating our vegetables. We get shots and things like that. But you don't go to a counselor to make sure that you're okay or how you feel or talk about how you felt after you done seen. Look, you at home, right? And you cooking. You hear gunshots. That ain't normal. Like, that shouldn't be the norm. But in our community, you're like, oh, that's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? You just move forward with it. So I feel like it should be house counselors in school. It should be therapists in school to talk to kids and see how they doing at home and how stuff make them feel. You might have a mom that's quote unquote strict or a dad that's quote unquote strict, right? And they talk to you crazy or they yell at you. You don't know how to make that kid feel. Everybody's not strong. Everybody's not built the same. So I feel like you could probably teach one of your kids with, tough love, but the other ones you probably can't. You probably need to be a little more gentle parenting with, So I feel like, yeah, that is definitely real. A lot of younger kids definitely be like, man, something wrong. This ain't right. But I feel like they don't have that type of resources out there for them. So we just overlook it and then just keep going. I mean, you can't keep crying. You can't cry in the bed all day. You got to get up. You got to go to school. You got to get this money. You got to make sure these kids happy. So you ain't really got time to focus on self, or you ain't even got time to go seek that help because that ain't out there in our community. You just keep going. You deal with it.
And that's what we've been doing, is dealing with it. Speaking of therapists, we're going to go to this clip right here. I want you to hear Jamaica Cooper, what she has to say about some of the issues in the music and what our community needs. Let's take a listen. Let's talk about it, about the music. Music can inspire you to live, and it can inspire you to kill. And it seems like a lot of music I'm hearing in our community, through the hip hop community, is the gangster, I'm a thug, I'm a stripper. And women are now selling sex through their music and videos that influences younger girls. Gangster rap influences younger men who are caught up in the streets. Can you elaborate, or do you agree or disagree?
First of all, I agree with you. I feel like a lot of the hip hop music that we have now, between the lyrics and maybe some of what's going on in the videos, is not conducive to uplifting our community. Not like some of the older hip hop music was. If you think about people like Public Enemy back in the day, Queen Latifah, you could really go on and on. There was a long list of them. They were all quite conscious, and they rapped about history and the struggle and empowerment and doing things the right way. That's not what we hear in music today. So I agree with you. I feel like it's not helpful to the mindset of our youth.
And what do you say to some of the artists that say it's just entertainment? It's just, I'm an entertainer. I'm not responsible in changing my community. I get paid to entertain.
Well, on the one hand, it is entertainment. I definitely agree with it. But they should know that even as an entertainer, that they have a certain platform and they have exposure and the ability to reach lots of people. So even though they would consider themselves just an entertainer, you would hope that they would do that in a way that is going to be conducive to uplifting their community as opposed to destroying their community. So even though they're being paid to entertain, you would hope there's a part of them that has some character and some responsibility and some allegiance to the communities that they come from and not want to do any damage to them. So even entertainers should have some type of community and cultural responsibility.
That was Jamaica Cooper, Dr. Jamaica Cooper. So Princess Storm, how do you feel about what she said? Do you agree with any of it, or you agree with none of it?
I think both of y'all are crazy right now. Let me just say this, right? It's rappers out here that have a positive message, and it's a rapper out here that has the message that they want to talk about. And I feel like that's not on them of what you choose. You know what I mean? It's your preference of what you want to listen to. And 1 second, wait, let's say this. Y'all keep comparing us to back in the day. It's a bunch of rappers that's back in the day that they got this sauce and this spice from. We could talk about Luke. We could talk about Lil Kim. We could talk about, MC Lyte was dope and she had conscious things, but she also had a song called I Need a Roughneck. Like, come on, y'all. Like, let's not just, like, y'all gotta speak the whole story and, like, make it all make sense. Like, Run DMC them was dope. You know what I'm saying? You talk about NWA, you talk about all these other people, but they also was piped up, like out here with the S. You get what I'm saying? So don't just make it seem like we just got this from out of nowhere and we just started this. Nah, it was girls twerking in them videos too, half naked.
Oh, Luke started that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. No,
so
you're
like,
right. You're right.
Don't just say, "Oh, Public Enemy." That was the only one. Yeah, great.
No, I think what she was saying and what we're saying, we're not saying it's wrong. We just want a balance. That's all. I just feel like in between, I was a big Luke fan, baby.
I know.
I was a big look. You didn't meet nobody who went to more strip clubs than Langford Cunningham. Okay. When I lost my sight, I had 2 Christians that came and saw me, and the strippers cooked for me and put me to sleep.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yes. So don't take it like I got something against strippers. No.
Yeah.
I feel people that have been damaged can relate to people who have been damaged.
Yeah, of course.
I've been damaged. I come from a single mother home as well. My relationship with my father wasn't that great. The first person that invested in Langford Cunningham was a blood from L.A.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very familiar with the streets, but only thing I'm saying is just we wish we had more balance with the music. If we have the city girls saying what they're saying, we should also have another black girl coming out there and saying, hey, black is beautiful. Y'all can go to school, get a degree, and do your own thing. You don't need no man.
We got Megan Thee Stallion.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
She in school right now.
Yeah, but she don't say it in all her music, though. She promotes more of her sexism than anything. But she got skills, she got lyrics, she can back it up. And it beats the rappers from St. Louis because all the dudes here putting guns on their hands on YouTube and sending these girls off a cliff without a parachute because you know the industry ain't looking for no sister from Walnut Park with a gun in her hand. They looking for the chick who's in the gym, 36 C's, her waist, pretty face.
I ain't even gonna get into that. I don't feel it's a lane for everybody.
Oh, I ain't know too many ugly people in rap music. Women.
Look, let me tell you something.
No, it's not.
Everybody start off ugly, okay? That money make you cute. Don't get it twisted.
Well, you
I can pull up some pictures. You go get a nose job. You go buy some good hair. Right. They give you some better little clothes.
Everybody
some
Mr.
good
Potato
teeth.
Head.
You feel what I'm saying?
Everybody
so
Mr. Potato. You know who Mr. Potato Head was, right?
Listen.
I bet your mama know who Mr. Potato Head was.
Listen,
yeah.
I just feel like you can make somebody cute, okay?
Right.
They can dress you up.
Right. You're right. Well, let me say this. We disagree to agree, but one thing I know, I love what you're doing in the community.
Thank you.
And I understand you take up for your generation. I love your generation. I'm not putting them down. I just want to see more empowerment like what you're out there on the front lines doing. And I just hope others will follow because you're using your platform to inspire and you also get down as well. Like you say, you're not perfect. Yeah. You get out there and get loose too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you are helping other people in your community.
Yeah, it's a lot of people out here helping people in the community. I have seen this past year, last year kids were doing virtual. This year it was over 40 backpack giveaways and school supply drives that like people have thrown, people that own barbershops, car shops, or that own car washes, or you just, do security, or hey, you got a store and you want to just give back. It's been so many people. We also do a nonprofit. I also have a nonprofit organization, Willsway Inc., and we are the public affairs show on Hot 104.1 called the Willsway Inc. Show. And we bring people on in the community that do free events. And we had so many backpack giveaways. It was like unheard of. Like, ain't no way a kid should have went to school without a backpack, a pencil, a book, a binder, because everybody did like at least over 1,000 backpack giveaways. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a lot of people out here giving back. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a lot of people out here trying to make a difference because we done been through so much. And we got more money than we done probably ever had. All these stimulus that came out, they out here making sure that they at least trying to open up a business or, do something right. So we knocking down some doors.
All right. We got some people doing what they can. But like I say, the backpack's cool. The turkeys and toys, that's cool. But what are we going to do about all these faking buildings in the city? What about all the nonprofits that get millions of dollars a year? They won't even revamp the buildings, turn them into trade schools where we really can educate our children. Sumner is they're finna close. Beaumont is already closed. The public school district look like crack houses. You come out to West County, kids going to $1 million schools, getting $1 million education. Parents are sending their kids out the city now.
And them kids ain't going to college. And them kids definitely
no. Hold on. Let me finish. We didn't took the ACT scores in the city, baby, and it's very sad.
No.
Hold on, let me finish. The city has to get their act together. We can talk about West County all day, but they got the schools, they got the athletes. All the athletes are leaving the city playing for them.
And then they're not finishing. They just left. This is my biggest thing, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. Go to college. Do what you want to do, or go and try to figure it out.
But where's the blame with the politicians, though? Why you don't take aim at? I can't. I'm not gonna name them.
Well,
but
no, not me.
But let's talk about these.
Why you don't take blame
let's talk about these punk politicians because they tell your generation to vote all the time. Vote, and you know why these young kids don't vote? Because they don't have no hope in that.
Okay.
They don't come talk to them. How long you gonna keep sending kids to the Wold Center? been standing since 1950. Where are the new recreation centers? If you want these kids to be inspired, you show them how to be inspired. You build hope around their community. They tired of walking past dead bodies. Their friend got shot last night. Then they got to go to school, walk through a metal detector. Then they got to sit in the class and the teacher say, "Good morning, class." Good morning. Well, nothing good. My homeboy just got murdered last night. My neighborhood is all falling down around me. How can we inspire a community when the people that's in power don't know how to inspire the children?
Well, shout out to Jason Tatum because he is opening up the Woe Center. He's rebuilding it, and it's going to be.
It's an athlete. What about the politicians?
Well,
they tell your generation to vote for.
Listen, you just said the Woe Center was
They tell y'all to vote when vote. Come on now. Every time voting season come, y'all be on the red. Vote. But Jason, Jason Tatum. That. Well, okay, but you know on certain radio stations they tell everybody go vote, and they ain't doing a thing.
Well. You just spoke about Woe, so I'm going to speak, on that. Jason Tatum will be opening up the new Jason Tatum Woe Center. It's going to be dope in a couple years, so I'm very excited about that. What about the politicians that supposed to run the city? Hey, shout out to Tashara Jones. You doing your thing. You got to clean up this mess that Lyda Cruisen left for you. Mary Sladen condemned the city. So you got to know the history of St. Louis. I wish your mother get on the microphone. I definitely know the history, but I'm not finna speak on certain things. So yeah.
No, I understand, baby. Yeah. I understand. But they tell your generation, go vote. Go vote. They hand out biscuits and gravy to get y'all to try to vote. Do you know why the kids are not voting?
Why not?
They don't believe in they punk. They don't believe in none of them people in the seat. They don't believe none of them people in the seat. It's the politicians' fault. It's the people that's been in there for 15 years, ain't done nothing for the city. That's why it looked like a nuke bomb didn't hit it.
So listen to this, right? If I go out to one of these meetings they have, right? One of these community meetings, and I go ask questions to the people that are seeking my vote and they don't have an answer, or they can't give you the support, or they can't guide you into, the vision you see within your community, then that's not my fault. That's who, you know what I mean? That's
Correct.
Their fault.
Correct.
So I feel like you said, you got to know your history, but you also got to do your research. It comes down to your alderwoman, your aldermen. It comes down to.
That's what I'm just saying.
You know
that's
what I mean?
Right.
But it starts there before you get these people in these type of seats.
Y'all need to find somebody in y'all generation that's young and vibrant, that's really to take control. I'm tired of all these old people that been sitting in these seats and can't do nothing for the city. You need to give the torch to the young people. Yeah. Need to find somebody in the younger generation that understand what y'all need to do in the city, man, what y'all want in the city. I'm tired of the old people misleading the youth. Y'all got to take what you're doing. You're taking lead. We need more women, more young men that are educated at Harris Stowe. The ones that are in college, getting educated, doing the right thing, need to run for office. I'm tired of all these old people running. It's a young person's world. We got to step aside and let y'all do your thing. That's what it is.
I don't think they want that.
There you go. Princess Storm, blindcitythepodcast.com.
If you found this content helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City the Podcast. You can find us on all social media platforms.
blindcitythepodcast.com.